Welcome to Heart and Hustle, where love meets mindset. I'm Courtney Ryan, and I'm here to help you level up your heart, your hustle, and your life. When it comes to love, so many men think they have it all figured out. They think women fall for charm, looks, or even sex. But the truth is deeper than that. Women crave more than physical connection. They crave emotional resonance, authentic presence, and a partner who can show up in ways that truly matter. Today, I want to share with you the 7 things women need more than sex to truly fall in love. Let's start with emotional safety. If a woman doesn't feel safe with you, if she fears judgment, rejection, or ridicule, no amount of charm, gifts, or physical connection will ever make her heart fully open. Emotional safety is not just about being kind or polite. It's about creating a space where she can show up as her authentic self without worrying about being criticized or misunderstood. It's about showing her that her feelings matter, that her thoughts are valid, and that she can share her vulnerabilities without fear. Every woman carries within her a collection of experiences, some joyous, some painful, some messy, some beautiful, and each of those experiences contributes to the woman she is today. When you make her feel safe enough to reveal those parts of herself, you are allowing her to lower her defenses and truly connect. It's a freedom that is rare in the world, and when you provide it, you give her the gift of trust and intimacy that can't be replicated by anything else. Emotional safety requires patience and presence. It's the way you listen when she speaks, the way you hold space for her without interrupting or trying to fix everything she shares. It's in the tone of your voice when she expresses her insecurities, the way your eyes meet hers when she talks about her fears, and the small gestures that show you are fully invested in understanding her. Women are sensitive to inconsistency. They notice when someone's words don't match their actions, when they are met with judgment instead of empathy, when their emotions are minimized instead of honored. Emotional safety is built when your behavior consistently demonstrates that her heart is valued, that her voice matters, and that she can rely on you to be steady, present, and compassionate even in moments of emotional turbulence. It's also about vulnerability, your own as well as hers. Women fall in love with men who are willing to be real, who can share their own fears and insecurities without pretending to be perfect. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create a mirror in which she sees someone she can trust. She feels less alone in her own struggles, and she realizes that emotional intimacy is not about perfection. It's about connection, honesty, and mutual respect. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's courage. It's the willingness to expose your heart, knowing that doing so opens the door to true love. Women respond to this courage because it signals that you are capable of handling depth, capable of being present in the difficult moments, and capable of forming a bond that goes far beyond surface level attraction. Emotional safety also means honoring boundaries. A woman needs to know that she can have her own space, her own feelings, and her own autonomy without fear of judgment or backlash. When you respect her boundaries, you show that you understand that love is not about control, but about partnership. It's about creating a dynamic where she can express herself freely, where her thoughts and emotions are given weight, and where her individuality is celebrated rather than suppressed. This respect creates trust, the kind of trust that allows her to slowly, naturally, and authentically fall in love. Think about the way women respond to men who make them feel unsafe versus men who make them feel protected emotionally. When they feel unsafe, they become guarded, distant, and hesitant to share their true selves. But when they feel emotionally secure, they open up in ways that are breathtaking. They share dreams, fears, and desires that they may never have spoken aloud before. They laugh more freely, they cry without shame, they trust without hesitation, and they give themselves fully to someone who has proven that their heart is in good hands. Emotional safety is the foundation upon which love is built. It's not about impressing her with grand gestures or flashy words. It's about showing up consistently, listening deeply, respecting her heart, and being a steady presence in her emotional life. Creating emotional safety is also about anticipation and understanding. It's about learning her cues, noticing when she's stressed or withdrawn, and responding with empathy rather than frustration. It's about giving her the space to process her emotions while letting her know she is supported. Women need a partner who can handle complexity, who can remain calm in emotional storms, and who can provide a sense of stability without trying to suppress or control their feelings. This requires self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and a willingness to put her emotional well-being above superficial concerns. When a woman experiences this kind of emotional safety, a powerful transformation begins. She starts to trust more deeply, to share more openly, and to invest in a connection that feels real, grounded, and lasting. Emotional safety is the invisible force that allows love to thrive, and it is something every woman desires above all else. It's what makes her heart open naturally, what makes her feel understood without having to explain every nuance, and what allows her to experience intimacy in its purest form. Genuine appreciation and validation are things women need more than sex to truly fall in love. It goes far beyond compliments about her appearance or superficial gestures that fade quickly. Women want to be seen, truly seen, for who they are at their core. They want to know that the unique mix of their intelligence, creativity, kindness, and ambition doesn't go unnoticed, that their efforts in life and in relationships are valued, and that the parts of them that don't fit into society's narrow expectations are still worthy of recognition and respect. Validation is not about telling her what she wants to hear. It's about acknowledging her reality, recognizing her worth, and showing her through both words and actions that she matters to you. Think about what it feels like to be genuinely appreciated. It's a warmth that goes straight to your heart, a light that makes you feel seen even in the moments when you feel invisible to the world. When a woman experiences this kind of validation consistently, it touches a deep emotional need. It tells her that you notice the effort she puts into her work, her relationships, and her personal growth. It tells her that you see her struggles, her victories, and the little things she does that often go unacknowledged by others. Appreciation like this signals that she is valued not for what she gives you or how she makes you feel, but for the fullness of who she is as a person, for the layers that make her complex and beautiful. Validation is also about emotional attunement. Women need to feel that their feelings are understood, that their perspectives are considered, and that their experiences are not minimized or dismissed. When she shares her struggles or expresses vulnerability, she needs to feel that you are not just hearing words, but truly listening, empathizing, and responding with genuine care. Women fall in love with men who take the time to understand them, who make them feel seen and acknowledged, and who affirm their experiences in a way that makes them feel respected and safe. Validation communicates respect, and respect is the foundation of trust, intimacy, and emotional closeness. Beyond words, appreciation requires action. It's not enough to say, "I value you," if your behavior contradicts that sentiment. Genuine appreciation is shown in consistent, thoughtful gestures, paying attention to the things that matter to her, remembering what she loves, supporting her ambitions, and celebrating her accomplishments. It's noticing when she's had a long day and offering support, acknowledging her creativity or intelligence in ways that feel authentic, and expressing gratitude for the little things she does every day that often go unrecognized. These actions reinforce her sense of value and communicate that she is not taken for granted, that her presence in your life is cherished, and that her heart matters to you in a real, tangible way. Women also crave validation of their identities beyond the roles they play in others' lives. Society often conditions women to seek approval, to measure their worth through external validation, and to feel pressure to conform to expectations that may not align with who they truly are. When a man genuinely appreciates her for her true self, he is offering something rare: freedom. Freedom to be authentic, freedom to pursue her passions, freedom to express her thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. This kind of validation speaks to her soul and creates an emotional bond that goes beyond physical attraction. The power of appreciation also lies in consistency. It's not a one-time compliment or a sporadic act of kindness. It's the repeated, intentional acknowledgement that makes her feel important and loved over time. Consistency shows that you are invested, that you notice, and that you care deeply about her emotional well-being. Women are attuned to sincerity, and inconsistent appreciation can feel hollow or manipulative. True validation is steady, heartfelt, and grounded in a genuine desire to honor her as a full, complex human being. When women feel genuinely appreciated and validated, they feel empowered, secure, and deeply connected. They are more likely to open their hearts fully because they know that their essence is not only accepted but cherished. Appreciation fosters trust, intimacy, and emotional closeness. It signals that love is not transactional or superficial. It is rooted in recognition, respect, and the intentional effort to honor a person for who they truly are. Consistent presence and attention are things women need far more than sex to truly fall in love. It's not about flashy gestures or grand declarations of affection. It's about showing up day in and day out in ways that matter, in ways that make her feel seen, valued, and cherished. Women notice the way a man engages with them, the way he listens, and the effort he makes to be present, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Presence is about creating a sense of stability, a feeling that she can rely on you not just when it's convenient, but when it matters most. Being consistently present means being fully engaged in her life. It's about actively listening when she talks, remembering the things she shares, and following up in ways that show you actually hear her. Women can tell when someone is distracted, half listening, or only engaging superficially. Attention is intimate. Attention communicates care. When a woman feels that her thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter enough for you to give them your undivided focus, it builds trust and emotional connection. It signals that she is a priority in your life, not an option. Presence also involves emotional availability. Women want to know that you are there not just for the fun moments, but also for the hard ones. Life isn't always smooth, and emotions can get complicated. When she's struggling, overwhelmed, or scared, she needs to feel that you are not going to walk away or judge her. She needs to know that you are capable of holding space for her, listening without trying to fix everything immediately, and supporting her in ways that make her feel understood and validated. This kind of presence is rare, and when a woman experiences it, her heart begins to open naturally because she senses that you are someone she can depend on, someone she can trust with her deepest thoughts and feelings. Consistency is a huge part of presence. Occasional attention is easy and often fleeting, but women are drawn to men who show up consistently, who make the effort to maintain connection over time. Consistent presence communicates commitment, reliability, and emotional maturity. It's the small, repeated gestures that often matter more than the big ones. The good morning text that isn't obligatory, the check-in call when you know she's had a tough day, the way you remember a detail she mentioned weeks ago and follow up on it. These consistent acts of attention signal that her heart, her life, and her experiences matter to you, and that you are willing to invest time and energy into building a meaningful connection. Attention also requires mindfulness. It's not enough to physically be in the same space. True presence means engaging fully, with curiosity, empathy, and intention. Women want a partner who notices their moods, picks up on unspoken cues, and responds with care. It's in the way you ask about her day and actually listen to the answer, the way you notice when something is bothering her before she even says it, and the way you respond in a way that feels genuine rather than performative. Mindful attention fosters intimacy because it demonstrates that you are invested in the fullness of who she is, not just the parts she shows casually or the moments that are convenient. Another crucial element of presence is reliability. Women fall in love when they know they can count on someone through life's ups and downs. Presence without reliability is hollow. Attention without follow-through can feel empty. Being consistently present means showing that you are trustworthy, that you honor your commitments, and that you are willing to be there even when it's not easy. It's about creating a sense of emotional security that allows her to let her guard down and feel safe investing in the relationship fully. Women are naturally attuned to energy and intention. They can sense when someone is genuinely invested in being present versus when someone is distracted or merely going through the motions. When you show up with sincerity, focus, and care, it creates a magnetic emotional pull that goes far beyond physical attraction. Presence and attention are foundational to love because they create the environment in which trust, intimacy, and emotional connection can thrive. Women fall in love when they feel that they are prioritized, seen, and cherished consistently in ways that cannot be replicated by fleeting desire or superficial charm. Shared values and emotional alignment are things women need far more than sex to truly fall in love. Attraction and chemistry can spark a connection, but without deeper alignment, the relationship struggles to sustain itself. Women are naturally drawn to men who resonate with them on a level that goes beyond surface-level appeal, who share similar principles, life goals, and visions for the future. When a woman feels that her partner is emotionally aligned with her, that he understands and respects what matters most to her, a profound sense of trust and intimacy begins to grow. Emotional alignment is about being on the same page in ways that truly matter, and shared values create a framework for a bond that can withstand the challenges of life. Think about it this way: women want to know that they are walking alongside a partner whose heart beats in rhythm with their own. It's not necessary to agree on everything, but when core values, things like honesty, integrity, family, personal growth, and respect are aligned, it creates a sense of harmony that feels both comforting and inspiring. Women naturally sense when there is dissonance in these areas, and even subtle misalignments can create tension, doubt, and insecurity. Shared values provide a foundation upon which love can grow confidently, and emotional alignment allows her to feel understood, supported, and connected in ways that mere attraction cannot achieve. Emotional alignment also encompasses the way a man handles challenges and stress. Women look for a partner whose approach to life complements their own. Someone who can navigate difficulties in a way that feels stable, fair, and considerate. When a man demonstrates emotional maturity that matches hers, it fosters a sense of security. She knows that her heart, her mind, and her emotions will be met with respect and understanding, rather than frustration or dismissiveness. Emotional alignment is a silent language of trust. It communicates to her that you are capable of partnership, compromise, and growth together. Shared values are reflected not just in words, but in actions. Women pay attention to the decisions a man makes, the priorities he sets, and the principles he lives by. When his actions consistently reflect alignment with what she believes is important, it builds admiration and respect, which are critical components of love. This alignment tells her that she is not alone in her worldview, that her perspectives are shared and understood, and that together you can create a life that honors both of your ideals. Without this foundation, even the most passionate relationships can feel unstable and unbalanced, because love without alignment struggles to maintain direction and purpose. Emotional alignment also allows for the kind of communication and vulnerability that women crave. When values are shared, difficult conversations feel safer, disagreements are approached with respect, and mutual understanding becomes possible even in moments of conflict. Women want a partner who can not only understand their feelings, but also resonate with the principles guiding those feelings. Alignment provides the framework for empathy and understanding, enabling the relationship to deepen rather than fracture under pressure. Furthermore, shared values create a sense of partnership and unity. Women fall in love when they feel that they are on a team with their partner, that their goals, dreams, and desires are not just acknowledged but actively supported. Emotional alignment fosters collaboration, shared decision-making, and the ability to grow together. It cultivates a sense of belonging, the feeling that she has a partner who not only desires her but also respects her vision, honors her path, and is willing to walk it alongside her. This kind of alignment also enhances emotional intimacy. When a woman senses that a man understands what drives her, what matters to her, and what she stands for, it allows her to open her heart more fully. She feels safe sharing her aspirations, her vulnerabilities, and her true self because she knows her values will be respected and reflected in the connection. Love deepens when a woman experiences this resonance, when she realizes that her heart and mind are mirrored in her partner's, creating a sense of unity that goes far beyond physical attraction or fleeting desire. Shared values and emotional alignment are essential because they transform love from a surface-level connection into a partnership of minds, hearts, and souls. Women are naturally drawn to men who can meet them in this space, who can engage authentically with their principles and desires, and who demonstrate through actions and consistency that alignment is not just theoretical but lived. This alignment creates the trust, respect, and intimacy that allows love to flourish naturally, organically, and powerfully. Intellectual and emotional stimulation are things women need far more than sex to truly fall in love. Women are drawn to men who challenge them, who spark curiosity, and who make them feel alive mentally and emotionally. It's not enough to be charming, funny, or physically attractive. Women crave a connection that engages their minds and nourishes their hearts. When a woman feels stimulated on these levels, she experiences a sense of vitality and engagement that transcends physical desire. Intellectual and emotional stimulation creates a bond that is rich, dynamic, and enduring because it taps into the deepest parts of her being, making her feel seen, understood, and appreciated for her full self. Intellectual stimulation is about more than conversation. It's about curiosity, insight, and shared growth. Women want a partner who can discuss ideas, share perspectives, and inspire thought without judgment or condescension. This doesn't mean every conversation needs to be profound, but it means that she feels challenged, engaged, and excited by the exchange of ideas. Women fall in love with men who can hold their attention with depth, who can debate respectfully, and who can expand her understanding of the world while honoring her viewpoints. When intellectual stimulation is present, it communicates that the relationship is a partnership of minds, where growth and learning are mutual, and where curiosity and passion are celebrated. Emotional stimulation is equally important. Women need to feel a connection that resonates on a deeper level, where emotions are acknowledged, expressed, and explored. Emotional depth allows a woman to share her joys, fears, hopes, and insecurities, knowing that her feelings will be met with understanding rather than dismissal. When a man can tune into her emotional state, respond with empathy, and create space for her to express herself fully, it fosters intimacy that goes far beyond surface-level interaction. Emotional stimulation encourages her to explore her own feelings more deeply, to grow emotionally, and to experience the relationship as a safe space for vulnerability and authenticity. Women are naturally attuned to emotional energy, and they can sense when a man is genuinely invested in understanding and engaging with their inner world. When a man demonstrates emotional intelligence, he becomes someone she can trust with the most sensitive parts of herself. She begins to see him as a partner who can navigate challenges with empathy, who can celebrate successes without envy, and who can hold space during struggles without judgment. This kind of emotional engagement makes her feel alive, valued, and deeply connected, creating the fertile ground in which love can flourish. Intellectual and emotional stimulation also fosters a sense of partnership and shared growth. Women fall in love when they feel that a man can walk beside them not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, helping her become the best version of herself while pursuing his own growth. This stimulation keeps the relationship dynamic and vibrant, preventing stagnation and promoting mutual respect and admiration. When she feels intellectually and emotionally challenged in a safe and supportive environment, she experiences a deep sense of fulfillment that cannot be replicated by superficial attraction or fleeting physical desire. It's also about engagement in life together. Women want a partner who can share ideas, dreams, and passions, and who can inspire her to explore new perspectives or pursue goals she might not have considered alone. Stimulation creates excitement, curiosity, and a sense of adventure within the relationship. It communicates that the connection is alive, evolving, and meaningful, and that the man values not just her presence, but the depth of her mind and heart. This engagement strengthens the bond because it taps into her desire for a relationship that is enriching, challenging, and supportive on multiple levels. Women fall in love when a man demonstrates that he can engage fully with both their intellect and their emotions. When she feels mentally alive, emotionally seen, and spiritually understood, she experiences a connection that transcends physical attraction. Intellectual and emotional stimulation communicates respect, admiration, and appreciation for her as a full, complex human being. It shows that the relationship is a place of mutual growth, deep understanding, and authentic connection, where love is cultivated through shared exploration, curiosity, and emotional resonance. Consistent effort and emotional investment are things women need far more than sex to truly fall in love. Women can sense when a man is committed to the relationship not just in words, but through his actions. Love is not a one-time performance or a series of grand gestures. It is a continuous, intentional choice to show up, nurture the bond, and invest in both her heart and the relationship itself. Consistent effort demonstrates that you prioritize her, that you value her presence in your life, and that you are willing to do the work required to grow together. Women fall in love when they see evidence that their partner is fully engaged, emotionally available, and committed to building something lasting. Emotional investment goes beyond simply being present in moments of joy. It's about showing up in times of struggle, uncertainty, and vulnerability. Women want to know that they can rely on a partner who will stand by them when life gets complicated, who will listen with empathy when emotions run high, and who will act in ways that reinforce trust and security. When a man consistently invests emotionally, he demonstrates that the relationship is more than a casual connection or temporary infatuation. He shows that her feelings, dreams, and experiences are worthy of care, consideration, and intentional action. This kind of investment communicates reliability, stability, and depth, all of which are essential for fostering true love. Consistent effort is not about perfection or grandiose displays. It's about the small, meaningful actions repeated over time. It's the thoughtful gestures, the intentional check-ins, the way he remembers important details she has shared, and the consistent communication that lets her know she is valued and prioritized. Women are attuned to effort because it signals sincerity, commitment, and authenticity. Sporadic or superficial actions may create temporary excitement, but they cannot sustain the deep emotional connection that women need to fully invest their hearts. Love flourishes when there is a steady rhythm of care, attention, and nurturing that she can rely on day after day. Emotional investment also involves prioritizing her needs without diminishing your own. Women fall in love when they feel that their partner is willing to meet them halfway, to compromise when necessary, and to actively support their growth and well-being. This means celebrating her successes, encouraging her ambitions, and standing beside her during setbacks without resentment or hesitation. It requires a willingness to be patient, understanding, and consistent even when challenges arise, and a recognition that love is built in the day-to-day efforts that demonstrate care, respect, and commitment. Consistency in effort also communicates security. Women need to feel that the bond they are investing in is stable, trustworthy, and enduring. When a man repeatedly demonstrates that he is emotionally invested, she begins to relax, to open up, and to share her heart more fully. She knows that she is not taking a risk on someone who will disappear or withdraw at the first sign of difficulty. This kind of reassurance strengthens intimacy because it allows her to be vulnerable without fear, to trust without hesitation, and to experience love in its most authentic and transformative form. Emotional investment is also about long-term vision. Women fall in love when they see that a man is willing to work for the future of the relationship, that he envisions a life together and is willing to put in the effort to make that vision a reality. It's about showing commitment through both words and deeds, consistently demonstrating that she is valued, her emotions are honored, and the relationship is a priority. This kind of investment fosters deep emotional connection, mutual respect, and a sense of partnership that goes beyond momentary attraction or desire. When women experience consistent effort and emotional investment, they feel seen, cherished, and secure. They fall in love not just with what a man says, but with what he consistently demonstrates through his actions, his dedication, his care, and his unwavering presence in her life. Love is cultivated in the intentional, repeated acts of emotional investment that signal she is valued, her heart is safe, and the bond you share is worthy of her deepest commitment.